Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back for another self-care Sunday. It's been a minute because self-care Sunday just hasn't fit into the master plan with all the crazy life stuff and all that good stuff. So I wanted to bust these out because I told you guys I was going to be using more of my Camille Rose this season. So I have the Lavender Quench Deep Conditioner Moisturizing Hair Mask. And shout out to my buddy Trey. He got this for me a while back. So thank you for contributing to my channel. And I also have the Lavender Whipped Cream Leave-In Intense Moisturizing Leave-In Cream. That's what she looks like. Honestly, I love purple. I love the purple packaging. It's so great. And I love lavender. The smell on these is really nice. I have the Lavender Quench gel, but it's the old one. Like I found it at Sally's. Should I use it? Let's see. Pause. So I have this. The Lavender Crush Defining Gel. Lavender Infused Hair Gel, crafted for definition and extra hold. I don't know if they changed the formula of this or not. I opened it the other day to smell it. Smells normal. That's how it looks. Let's see how these two mix together and then I will decide. Those feel really good together, so y'all just gonna get a whole wash day. Cool, cool. Can y'all believe it's almost 2020? Like how am I 25 years old, guys? I don't remember. I didn't consent to this. No, but seriously, I think to an extent, the last like 4 to 5 years is a blur because I spent a lot of it highly medicated, truthfully. But yeah, I can't believe it's almost 2020. I feel like it was just 2000. So this is where my hair is. I stayed in the Camille Rose family and used my creme restore. So that's how my hair looks. So how have you guys been? I've just been in a huge season of transition. I told you guys this in the beginning of one of my videos. It's been a huge season of transition for me. I like got thrown into a new job at like the drop of a hat. That's what it looks like. And let's see. So this is step 2. They do have a shampoo. I never ended up getting the shampoo and I really don't need to buy any more shampoo. If I get more shampoo, my brother's going to evict me out of the bathroom. I have so much shampoo, even though he do be using it. Let's be real. It says, invigorate your scalp with Quench Deep Conditioner. Our deep treatment stimulates the hair and scalp with enlivening argan mint oil and aloe leaf juice in an aromatic brew of real lavender oil. Nice. How to enjoy. Apply an ample amount to dry or wet hair. Leave on for 10 minutes, then cool rinse while detangling with a wide tooth comb. For extra conditioning, put on a plastic cap and apply heat for a minimum of 20 minutes. Allow Quench to melt away under a cool water rinse. And the first 5 ingredients are water, sunflower seed oil, castor seed oil, beeswax, and shea butter. Not bad, not bad. Let's see. There are a couple of polyquats in here. There is BTMS in here. There is carnauba wax. There's some wheat protein in here for those of y'all that care about protein. But there is also argan, cottonseed, and coconut oil. Green tea, macadamia. Cool, cool. The lavender is further down, but I don't typically expect essential oils to be super duper high up just because they can be irritating to a lot of people. So let's go in. She feels nice. Ooh. Ooh, this feels good. How does it feel on the hair? Feels very good on the hair. I've seen a lot of like mixed feelings on this, hello baby, on this collection. I feel like more people prefer the original line over this. A lot of people have said that they've used it and it works, but they just don't prefer it over the other things. Some people just really hate it. So we'll see. I've come across a few people that really, really like it, but I feel like if I hear anything about this collection that people really enjoy, it's the leave-in conditioner. It's not the other products, so. I ended up not shopping Camille Rose during Black Friday because I had some other things going on. I had some other things I needed to take care of. And so I had to kind of minimize my spending, which was fine. It's always good to kind of recheck yourself and be like, yeah, cool. But I didn't get any curl maker. I was going to at least get some curl maker. Are you really going to show me your butt, Allie? Ma'am. Hi. You tell the people hey? Yeah. I love you. Okay. But something told me that I would be good if I didn't get any Camille Rose. The Her Essentials line did not sell out, so I think I'll be good to get that whenever I feel like it. And I remembered, so I had a 40% off coupon at CVS. So when I was over there, I got a bottle of curl maker. I know, baby. I've been working on her hair, and she's very annoyed. I tried to put her in the tub the other day, and she almost beat me up. I have some scratches on the insides of my arms and stuff. It did not go well. We'll talk about that later. But I had a 40% off coupon at CVS, which was obviously better than the sale for Black Friday. So I got a bottle at CVS, but then I'm also going to get another bottle during the Sally sale because they're doing 50% off stylers. So that works. So I will be putting my curl maker to more use. But like for the most part, even though I ended up shortening my Black Friday list, I was really satisfied with what I got. I don't feel overwhelmed. I think last year, even though I used everything that I purchased last year with the exception of that TGIN line, and I only didn't use that because I was in my feelings with them at the time. And I've made good use out of my products. Like I've gotten through stuff this year, especially all that Main Choice stuff that I ordered last year. But I think too, because I have such a small room and my storage is kind of at a minimum until I find something that works really well in here, buying too many things can get overwhelming. So I also have had like some makeup things that I wanted to purchase. Like I'm kind of re-getting into makeup. Like y'all know I do my makeup all the time, and she be popping, you know, like she be popping. But just there's been so many releases back to back to back to back. Like I used to be a big ColourPop girl. I just can't. Like I have the things that I like from them that I continue to repurchase, or if they discontinue it, because they stay discontinuing things to make new shit, I just buy what is the most similar. But I can't get with them. Like they release a new collection literally every week. Like they have made that a part of like their brand identity. And to me, it's a lot like fast fashion in the sense that it's just wasteful. Like most of their palettes and stuff are plastic. They're not like the cardboard packaging that a lot of companies will use. They put so much waste out into the world. And for me, I'm just like, see, this is the thing. And I think because have a whole degree in it, have worked in it, have seen so many things firsthand. A lot of people are so hung up on cruelty-free, but to me, a lot of the times, cruelty-free doesn't mean shit, because yes, is animal testing bad? Pretty much, yeah. When it comes to cosmetics, like, it's not something that we need. Like, it is a problem. But at the same time, I'm like, do you know how many families in other countries were displaced to use the land to make your product? Do you know how much of this trash is being shipped to other countries for them to sift through and hurt themselves and dispose of? Like, for me, cruelty-free doesn't mean shit, because it still doesn't deal with the cruelty that humans endure. And it still doesn't deal with the cruelty that the environment endures when companies like this do these things. See what I'm saying? So for me, it's always bigger than just that. I don't harp on people about it, because I know that it makes people feel better, and I feel like if it makes you feel really good as a consumer, then get what makes you feel good as a consumer, because you are trying to do what you can do on a personal level, and that always matters. But as far as these companies go, like, it's great that you're Leaping Bunny certified, but are you destroying ecosystems? And are people having to harm themselves to produce your product? Like, those things matter to me a lot. That is another reason why I really try to talk about a lot of these brands that are like hand making, or making their products here, because it really does help with a lot of those situations in terms of manufacturing. It is nice to know that the products that I own weren't, like, manufactured in harsh conditions with small children somewhere in another country. It does really make a difference. So, but a lot of people don't think about those things, and they get mad about price. It unfortunately, guys, it costs to be ethical, and that's because we don't hold these huge corporations accountable. Like, it's important for us to do the things that we do on a personal level, because when we're all accountable, it does help. But at the same time, the majority of the pollution and the horrible things that are happening in our ecosystems, the majority of that is a result of corporate greed. And so we don't hold these huge companies accountable. What we do on a personal level, unfortunately, isn't going to be enough if we're not holding them accountable. So, but yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. I know a lot of you guys said you enjoyed a Candle Day haul. I know many of you enjoyed the feline shenanigans that were behind me. She really, she was being extra in that video, but I don't mind it, because she's my baby and I love her. And you guys love her too. So I finally went to the dentist today. We finally got our dental insurance. It had gotten pushed back twice. So I was finally able to go to the dentist and get this tooth looked at. And as I thought, it needs to be taken out. But I also kind of felt like I shouldn't have had the problems that I had with it, because I've had 2 root canals done on this god-awful tooth, y'all. And my dentist was like, yeah, if they had done things right, you wouldn't have infection. Like, so I've had an infection in this tooth. So sometimes, like, now I look okay, but there are some days where literally my face kind of looks like I have a balloon, like, underneath here. Because things will kind of swell up. So I'm gonna have to have that taken out and replaced. But honestly, like, I've had so many issues with that tooth. Like, she just go and put an implant in. Like, so I have to book a consult with an oral surgeon and have that taken care of so that I can chew freely. Like, damn. Like, I love food and I ain't been able to chew. The slip on this is really good too. I have some pieces that I had to work a little bit harder on, which I feel like my hair has just been like that with most things since it has really started to get cold. Like, she'd be a little aggy, but not only that, but my room gets pretty cold too. So that is how much I used. I didn't use a lot at all. I'm like, here we go, like right here on the container. So I'll probably get 3 more uses out of it. It's definitely gonna spread even better in the shower when I have that steam around me. First impression application, it feels really nice. It doesn't have the same thinness of the Marula Swirl, even though it's similar in terms of slip. This has a level of creaminess that the Marula Swirl does not have. So it's really, really nice in the hands. It gets really creamy when you work it into your hands, and when you apply it to your hair, it melts. It's going to be interesting to see how this does. Especially considering that this has beeswax, shea butter, and carnauba wax. Done right and formulated properly, waxes don't necessarily give me an issue. It really just all depends on formulation, how it's mixed up, you know, all that good stuff. Like, Pattern Beauty utilizes a lot of wax, and I don't have any issues with it, even though someone tried to come at me for that. Yeah, I remember I posted that, and that was so funny because I'm just like, this is not the only natural hair care brand that uses multiple waxes in their products. Case in point. But yeah, for me it just depends on how it's formulated. This doesn't feel overly thick or overly heavy, and it doesn't feel like something that's going to overly coat my strands. But hey, you never know, because I never thought that I was going to get mad buildup issues from Jane Carter, but I did. So, and I don't think Jane Carter had like any wax in it. The Curls to Go line, I think there may have been shea butter in it, but I don't know. Like, I gave the last of my Jane Carter to my brother because I'm afraid to use it again. So yeah, you just never know. Some things, depending on the formulation, your hair just be like, girl, Also, this does feel slightly tingly on my scalp. So when it mentions the whole invigorating thing, it's not like a minty invigorating, even though this does have some green tea. Does this have tea tree? I thought I saw tea tree. I may be tripping. I don't see any tea tree. But this does feel slightly tingly on the scalp, so it is doing its job. There is also some cinnamon leaf oil in here. So I'm gonna sit underneath my deep conditioning cap for, how long does it suggest? 20 minutes. So I'm gonna go sit under my deep conditioning cap for 20 minutes. I'll be back, and then we are going to style with the whipped cream leave-in and the Crush Defining Gel. Okay, so I have the deep conditioner all rinsed out, and this is my hair. It looks really good. So I will say, this is one of those, and I feel like a lot of the ones from the Around the World collection are the same way, where you don't necessarily feel the effects on your fingers when you touch your hair, even though my hair does feel good, but you can see it more than you can necessarily feel it. My hair is definitely plump. I like that. It almost looks like I have a light styler in my hair, and all I did was rinse out my deep conditioner. So this feels really good. I'm gonna have to use it more, like see how I compare it to my other Camille Rose ones, even though I feel like this one is unique in itself. Like, I don't think that this feels like my Oud Rich. It definitely is not like the Nangai and Tsubaki, because that is like a heavy protein treatment. And it definitely isn't like my Marula Swirl either. This one is definitely in a lane all its own. And I do appreciate that when Camille Rose releases new things, they don't all feel the same, you know what I mean? They all have differences to them. And this made my scalp feel really nice too, which I needed because my scalp was a little bit itchy. So yeah. Nice. The elasticity is really good. Like, it really did boost my, excuse me, my elasticity. So it feels really good. It does have some protein in it. So it is going to kind of give you a little bit of that balance. So I'm going to section my hair off. We're going to get into these other products. So now I'm going to go into the Lavender Whipped Cream Leave-In, the Intense Moisturizing Leave-In Cream. And it says, treat your tresses to a moisturizing dessert with whipped cream leave-in. Our intense leave-in cream softens, detangles, and moisturizes strands with droplets of olive fruit, rosemary extract, and an aromatic brew of real lavender oil. Nice. Ellie, come here. Come here. Come here. What is with you, baby? Oh, I'm sorry. Went to pet her with wet hands and she did not like that. And then it says how to enjoy. Upon washing and cleansing hair, use as a leave-in conditioner. Applying evenly from root to tip may also be used to refresh styles on dry hair in need of extra moisture. So if you want to use this kind of like as a moisturizing step, then you can do that too on dry hair. And the first 5 ingredients are water, glycerin, BTMS, cetyl alcohol, and cetyl alcohol. So we're going to see this also does have the olive, linseed oil, jojoba seed oil, and castor seed oil right after that. This actually has a very simple ingredients list, which is nice. And this is kind of thick, actually. But it feels really good. Feels nice and creamy. This is going onto the hair like butter. For a lot of you guys, depending on the climate that you live in, you may not be able to use this right now. If it's very dry where you are, then the concentration of glycerin may actually cause more dryness. You just have to be aware of your surroundings, your dew points, etc. A love for me, Akia, she has done some amazing videos on dew points and environment. So I suggest you guys go to her channel and check her out because I just love the way that she explains things. Look at that, that looks good. Here where I am in North Carolina, even though it will be cold, and those of you that live in North Carolina have said you know what I'm talking about. Even though it will be cold, it's not always necessarily dry. I'd say for a good part of the time it'll be cold, but we will still have some humidity or moisture in the air. So yeah, how have you guys been doing this season? Like, the holidays really approach just like, this is so thick. The holidays have been approaching like rapidly. Like, we're almost at Christmas, which is crazy. Like, that happened so fast. I'm actually really prepared. Like, I have everybody's gifts either here or on the way. So they'll be here in time to go under the tree. I've actually kind of done well this year. And I'm excited too. Like, my mom and I already have plans to like do Christmas cookies this year. If you guys know me, then you know I love to bake. Back in high school, I baked so much. It was kind of like a stress reliever for me because I had a lot going on then too. Now I understand that all of that was related to my endometriosis. Like, it all came full circle. But I was going through a lot then too. And so there would be times where I would be up at like 1 in the morning baking. My parents never really questioned it. They were just like, okay, cookies at 1 a.m. All right. So I love baking, cooking. I love making my own candies. I love doing it all. So I don't know, I might might vlog some of our Christmas shenanigans. You guys have asked me for vlogs, and it's not that I don't want to vlog, it's that I feel like most of the time I don't have anything to vlog because I spend a lot of my time at work. If I'm not work, I'm filming. And then too, like, a lot of times I don't get to see my family. Like, there will be days where I will go like half the week without seeing my own brother, and we live in the same house. So it really just depends on the day, the week, the time, you know? So that really just is what it is. Like, I don't have a problem with vlogging. It's just that the way my life is right now, I think most of the time vlogs would not be even remotely interesting to you guys because most of the time I'm going to be at work. But when I have things that I think you guys would watch, I will definitely try to pull the camera out and post them. I think that's better than nothing, right? I'm also working on testing out angles and stuff so that I can do some cooking and baking videos with you guys. Because y'all have said you want to see some food too, which, like I said, I love cooking, so I like sharing that with you guys. It would be fun, like, sharing some of that with you guys, but I do have to try to get the angles just right. That's what took so long for me to get my skincare routine up, which if you haven't watched that, go watch that, because I worked really hard on that. You should go watch it. I worked very hard on that video. If y'all could have seen the way I had to rig that stuff up, because I do not have a large bathroom. So yeah, as many of you guys have asked me about my skincare routine, y'all need to go watch that. See how I get this. And I will be filming a nighttime routine because I've said before, like, if it's something that I really want to share with you guys, I'm gonna post it regardless of views. And I feel like enough of you have requested to see it, so it's not out of the way that I do it. Hold on. This is getting difficult. The good thing about this is that it's thick. The struggle thing about this is that it's thick. I just had to exert a lot of energy to do that. So those of you that struggle with getting products out, just know this is very thick. This is not runny. I feel like I have some extra pumps laying around, so I may try to see if I can put a pump on this. Now the bottle says step 4. What's step 3? Well, there is a hair spritzer thing, right? Because this is step 2. So I guess the shaken hair spritzer, is that what it's called? That would be step 3, I guess. So now I'm going to go into the Lavender Crush Defining Gel. Lavender infused hair gel crafted for definition and extra hold. Does it have any? Nope, those are only claims on it. There's probably more claims on the new one because these have really good, easy, straight to the point instructions and like product description. So I really like this. I gotta get a pump to put on this because she is hard to get out. The first 5 ingredients in this are water, glycerin, sunflower seed oil, polysorbate 20, and aloe leaf juice. So if you have issues with aloe or glycerin, especially this time of year, then be aware of that. There's also corn syrup in here. Xanthan gum and carrageenan are lower on the list. There is pectin and PVP in here as well, so lots of things to help with that. There's also lavender powder in here. So I think I'm going to separate this piece in half, even though look at how good that looks. Let's see. It just says apply to hair and style as desired. There really is no direction on here, which hopefully she did a little better with that with the repackage. I'm gonna add water because I feel like this is very different from Curl Maker, but I also feel like anytime I use anything Camille Rose, erring on the side of more water just works better. I also have no clue how much to use, so this feels good. I know a lot of people really don't like this gel, but every now and then I come across a few people that are like, yeah, that's like my holy grail, and I'm like, oh really? So I mean, she revamped it. She didn't discontinue it, so it must be doing something for somebody because it's still here. Okay. So automatically, just comparison's sake, this does not, it almost feels a little bit smoother than Curl Maker. It's weird. But the curls aren't as like, I feel like Curl Maker gives that like super duper tight definition, you know? I usually get a lot of shrinkage with Curl Maker, and I'll probably get a lot of shrinkage here too, just because there's a lot of moisture in these products. This does feel moisturizing to the hair. It's going to be interesting to see how it feels when it dries. Definitely looks like it's weighing my hair down more. Like, this does not have the same properties as a curling jelly. I know that sounds strange, but it just doesn't. It really doesn't. It definitely, okay, I know how to describe it now. So when I use Curl Maker, it really brings out that tight corkscrew pattern that is in my hair. This one, I don't know if y'all can tell, is really bringing out more of that, the S pattern that I do have in my hair as well. Some things emphasize one pattern in my hair more than the other patterns in my hair, because my hair isn't all just uniform. And if you guys have really paid attention to my hair, then I'm sure you guys have noticed that. Especially in my back sections. And that's why I say, like, in a lot of ways, there are a lot of things in which I feel like curl pattern doesn't matter, because my most difficult section is actually my loosest section. It's more coarse and it is lower in porosity than the rest of my hair. And that is where I tend to have the issues. Sometimes I forget that I need to treat that section a little bit differently. My loosest sections are actually the ones, now that I've like fully transitioned and I have all of that like dead scab hair and stuff out, it really is like the back sections that are the loosest. And that's why sometimes you'll see, like, if you look at this curl here, you see that curl? It grows out like this all the time, and sometimes it'll hang down way past all the other curls. But like, compare this curl to, like, I don't know if y'all can see it, but this curl, y'all see that? It's much tighter. It's actually a lot tighter, and when it actually dries, it's going to be crazy tight. Yeah, y'all see how my hair is hanging down with this? With curl maker, my hair doesn't do that. But then again, I may be lying because it's been a hot minute since I've used my curl maker, so now my hair may do that. I don't know, but we gonna revisit it. Your girl gonna have 2 bottles, which means she gonna have to use that up. Trying to decide how I like this. So I feel like this is not as shiny as curl maker is initially. So just so y'all do know that. Not quite as shiny. But it did go through the hair really well. Add just a tad bit more. What I like too though is that you can add a little bit more without overly slathering it on. I think that's good too. I like that because sometimes I just need to add like the tiniest bit more. And some products make it hard to do that. That is one thing about the Main Choice, like their gels, once your hands are wet, you're either committing or that's it. Like I'm sure y'all know what I mean, because it's almost like when your fingers are wet, like the gels will almost repel from your hands, like it won't stick to your hands to apply it. And so a lot of times you either committing to that scoop or it ain't happening, you know? But so far, I think this is gonna look pretty good. Definitely gonna have to put my towel on my neck because it is a little drippy on my neck, but that's okay. So this is how much I used. Well, it hasn't really settled. Once it does settle, it's going to be around here. That's not terrible at all for a leave-in conditioner. It is 8 ounces. And then I dipped a good ways into this jar. Like, I'm like right here on the jar. So I probably won't get as many uses out of this. This is an 8-ounce container, but I think the new packaging is bigger. I want to say the new packaging is the same size as Curl Maker. So you'll get a few more uses out of that than you will out of this. But I do like, actually, I think I like the jar more, honestly. I do like pumps. Those are great too, but I do like having the ease and fluidity of the jar. So I will enjoy that in this product. Let me turn around so y'all can see what things are looking like. All right, so that is what everything is looking like. So far, everything feels very penetrative. Definitely upon application, it feels like there's going to be good moisture there. Obviously, you never really know though until it dries. Sometimes you can tell, but sometimes it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna know until it's completely dry. And this right here, I'm not gonna know until it's completely dry. This is definitely not like Curl Maker though. I'm trying to think about, it's smooth like the Mael pomegranate and honey custard, but I think in terms of how it feels, it's actually kind of feels similar to my passion fruit and flax curling jelly. Is it a jelly or I don't know what they called it. It's up there, but I showed it to you guys. It actually does have some similar properties to that. It's not as drippy though. I do see some frizz kind of popping through. Y'all see right there. My usual frizzy spots there and right here. So we'll see. I'm gonna let this air dry. I maced it up under the blow dryer for a little bit depending on how it starts to dry. It's kind of hard to tell how it's going to dry right now, so I'm just not going to touch it. Let it air dry and I'll come back and I'll show y'all my final results. All right, y'all, so this is day 1. And can we just talk about how beautiful my hair looks? My hair was so shiny. It was defined. I had a little bit of frizz, which I didn't mind. It was kind of like that perfect balance between like definition and a little bit of frizz. My curls are kind of hanging all over the place. I've just been doing that for a while, so. But I did like the shape. I felt like my curls were really defined. But y'all, remember how I said these products have a lot of glycerin in them? Well, literally the weekend that I filmed this, we had about 3 different seasons in like 2 days. So day 1 was really nice. But I woke up to rain and literally I had lost most of the volume. So it didn't look terrible, but it definitely looked more beautiful the day before. So if you live in a very humid climate, I would not suggest using these. This is definitely going to be a good winter pick, but I mean, how was I supposed to know that we were just suddenly going to have like summer in the middle of damn near winter? I didn't. So I'm only going to be using this in the colder months, so I won't be repurchasing this all the time, but I think it's a good wash and go when it's not super hot. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.